For the 100% cheapest coins on the internet with reliable delivery and quick customer support, check out my sponsor MMOEXP by clicking the link at the top of the description and use code SWIFT at checkout for 5% off. Socials family, and today I'm coming back at you guys with another Madden 21 video on the channel, and in today's video we are going to be going over the cheapest way possible to get your training. Now, new power-up expansion players are in the game, which are essentially cards you can get by using training, so I want to show you guys the cheapest way to get your training. Now let's get into this one, boys. If you do enjoy the content here today, I do post videos daily similar to this, so hit that sub button, leave a like, and let's get into it. Now, as most of you guys know who have been watching my videos, we're going to be focusing on achieving the cheapest coin per trading point ratio by using filters and overall groupings to find good snipes on the auction block and find good value players. Now, for those of you that are maybe a little bit new around here, a CPT essentially means the coin per trading point ratio, and we want that number to be as low as possible because we want to get our trading for the cheapest amount of coins. And within the market right now, you guys can get about a 3 CPT. The first overall grouping we're going to focus on are going to be 95 overall players at a price of around 70 to 75k, and that'll give you a 3 CPT. Let me show you guys the filters we look at to find these cards. So the first filter to check is going to be Mud Heroes. All we need to do is filter down by the program 94 to 95 and simply refresh on this. All we want to see is one of these players getting posted up for around 70 to 75k like I mentioned before. Right now there's no cards in that price range, so we don't have any snipes on this filter, but again, when you're sniping your training, I would recommend you guys take a look at all these filters I'm going to show you. Now, moving right along, another couple of solid filters are going to be heavyweights and rising stars. These ones aren't super effective, but they are worth a check. On this one, we're not getting much activity at all. Let's take a look at the rising star filter, and both of these filters, the rising star one as well as the heavyweights, are kind of just worth one check. I wouldn't really recommend you guys a refresh on these filters. As you can see, the cheapest card right here is going to be a Darnell Savage, actually a Devin Singletary up at 70k. I don't know how I missed that, but that's going to be a nice little training snipe right there, and that's going to give us a nice CPT. Now, there's not a whole bunch of people looking on this filter, so again, you'll sometimes be able to find these cards without really needing to refresh and without really needing to be that quick. Just take one check on rising stars and one check on heavyweights. Now, a couple more filters to take a look at really quickly right here are going to be Team of the Week and Ultimate Legend. Now, these two filters are probably going to give you the most activity out of any of the filters I'm going to show you in today's video. And on the first refresh right here on the Team of the Week filter, we see a Luke Kuechly up for around 77k, a little bit out of the price range. You could buy this if you wanted to. It's not that much more than that 75k maximum. You're still going to get around the 3 CPT if you buy this card. So Luke Kuechly, I mean, someone we could buy. Obviously, you can refresh on this filter if you want to, but my recommendation is to kind of just look at all these filters and you'll find a snipe on one of them. It's probably better to take a look at different filters when you're sniping training than just staying and refreshing on the same one. Now, finally, we have Ultimate Legends, and these cards are up for around 80k, fairly expensive right here, and actually well out of the price range. I thought Ultimate Legends would be a little bit better, but it seems like a lot of people like to snipe on the UL filter, so that's creating a lot of competition, and that's driven up the prices of these cards. So for 95s, you want to buy them at 70 to 75k, you want to use the filters I showed you guys, and now let me show you guys how to snipe some 93s, because these are also a solid CPT. Now, for the 93 overall players, we want to try and get these cards for around 35 to 37k. A couple of filters to look at right here are going to be Mud Heroes. This is going to be a solid one. Again, remember that price point of 35 to 37. Definitely not even close to the price range here with the Darnell Mooney card. Additionally, Legends is pretty solid for these 93s. Sometimes you'll find these cards up for pretty cheap. I don't see any in our price range right here on this filter. The cheapest 93s are actually pretty expensive on this one, selling for close to 40k, so definitely not something you want to do right there. Another one you can look at if you want to is going to be Team of the Week. I would say that my 95 overalls are probably my favorite ones to snipe, but Team of the Week's right here. Sometimes you'll find these cards up for a good deal. As you guys can see, Baker Mayfield, a little bit out of the price range. On this filter, actually, we have a Baker Mayfield at 39. Again, that's still out of the price range. So my recommendation is probably to go with the 95s. Those cards are going to be a little bit better for a nice CPT, and those are the filters I wanted to show you guys in today's video. Now, I also want to alert you guys to a new Superstar KO mission. As you guys can see, you can earn yourself a not 94 overall Tyreek Hill by racking up 700 passing yards. This isn't really going to be all that challenging, and then with your Tyreek Hill, you quick sell him in MUT and you get some free training off of the card. So if you want to hop into Superstar KO and play through the challenges, you really just want to play the games as you usually would. They're pretty fun to do, and if you rack up passing yards, you're going to get yourself that Tyreek. So that's all I wanted to really cover in today's video. If you're curious about power-up expansion, I'll leave a video link in the description which is going to explain it a little bit better, but with those training points that we did just end up getting, let's rip some training variety packs. Why not? Let's see if we can get any nice pulls in the video. I don't know that I'm personally going to be picking up any of the power-up expansion players from round number 1, but there are some good cards in there, like Saquon Barkley. He had some nice stats for a running back, isn't crazy expensive to get as well. I'm really hoping that Eddie Jackson gets a card in the fairly near future, or T.Y. Hilton, my guy Eugene. Those would be solid players to get a power-up expansion, and if either of those two guys get a card, you know we are going to be picking them up basically instantly. So those are some players that I'm hopefully looking for. Some players that I wouldn't really mind. Michael Strahan would be a solid card. Maybe some nice 99 overall offensive alignment out of the promo could be good. I know we got one offensive lineman, but I don't think he's in a position of need for me. I think it was Phil Loadhole at right tackle, so maybe a guard or a center that's got a higher overall. I wouldn't mind picking up a guard that's like a 99 that we can get for fairly cheap with power expansion, and usually with the power up expansions, it's pretty cheap to get the cards, because you usually need to pay, I think it is around 50k training for a 98 overall, which is what the players are right now, and if we're getting a 3 or a 2 CPT, that's only about 150k to get those cards. 98s are going to sell for a little bit more than that on the auction block, so you are getting a fairly solid CPT by doing the power up expansion, and that's why I'm hoping that we get some other cards that I'm wanting on my team, because if we do, they're going to be good value players, and I'm hoping that we get some offensive linemen, because those will be good value offensive linemen for really everyone to pick up. So that's definitely something I'm looking for in the future. Really terrible packs right here. We are just pissing away all the trading points that we did get. Already down 15k trading in these packs. I have yet to pull a golden ticket this year. I have this guy that DMs me his golden ticket pull every single day, and I have yet to pull one out of the packs. Hopefully we can get one at some point in the year, because I've honestly opened up a lot of these on camera. I've opened up a lot of them off camera. Pink Redux, it's going to be a 90 Brandon Cooks. Not the greatest pull right there. Not even a reason for me to get excited over a 90 overall Brandon Cooks. The traitor, he wanted to leave the Saints. We beat the Rams on my birthday by like 50 points, and then Brandon Cooks tweets out, "Closed mouths don't get fed," and request to get traded. Like, alright buddy, I still don't like Brandon Cooks because of that. Let's sign up for the video here. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this one. The best ways to get your training, a way to get some free training points, and that is going to do it for me. Until next time fellas, I am out. Peace.